You go, tips on how to land a job even when you're extremely qualified. Phil Blair will be here to tell us what you might be missing.
This is Good Morning San Diego.
Today we're talking about if you are extremely qualified, you have a great resume, you're interviewing for a job, but you don't get the job, there's a problem. Phil Blair from Manpower is here to tell us what you might be missing. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, we'll talk about the bacon later. This is something that's super duper important that is often not discussed when you're applying for a job. What's that?
Well, and it's your likability. Because when you're interviewing for a job, if you've gotten to the interview, you've got the right resume, you've got the right background, you've got the right education, experience. I mean, it's yours to lose, right?
Right.
You're down to the final 3 or 4 people that are being interviewed for this. So the interviewer, besides confirming all the things that are on the resume and chatting about, they're seeing how well you would fit into their culture and your likability. Will my coworkers like working with you?
So how's a way that you can show that you are a likable person, especially in a high-stress situation like a job interview when you're nervous and may not be acting like yourself?
That's right. You're at your worst moment, and you got to act at your best. Well, that's the game, right? And we talked about it's like an actor or you're starring in a play, and this play is the interview. But we want you to come across with a conversation. Remember, as we say, an interview is not an inquisition. You don't sit there petrified about what they're going to ask. You're having a conversation. You're likable. Your communication skills are coming through. You think well on your feet. Your attitude, you're very positive, you're upbeat, very can-do. These are the things that come through in an interview besides the tell me about a time that you were sales thing. So know that. Be personal, be yourself, or even more so. Lay it on. Now don't go crazy, but walk out going, so the interview is going, boy, she seemed really nice.
So I'm imagining those nonverbals are also really important. The smiling, the eye contact, things that you're probably forgetting to do because you're thinking how you're going to ask this next question to your future employer.
You're right. And how you're going to keep the conversation going, how I'm going to force that answer because I don't have the right exact answer that they're looking for. All part of an interview. And all part of we're teeing you up to do this. But you've got to know it's 2 people having a conversation. And would I like to go to lunch with this candidate is rolling through our minds. Am I proud to refer this person on to my boss as the person for this job that's so important to that department? So keep a conversation going. Talk a little bit about your personal. Ask questions about. I encourage people to look around. Are there pictures of sailboats? So they have a picture of a little a baby girl, and ask about that. Oh, I have a daughter too. And, and keep the conversation going. Read the culture in their office and have a personal conversation besides the interview part of it.
And I assume it's a good idea to actually practice this with someone before you go, right?
Yes, you can practice it with, I don't think spouses, because they tend to know too much, but do it with friends. These are the same time when you're practicing difficult interview questions. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about a time you didn't succeed. That's a good time to not only just sort of get into robotics, but to be personable and be comfortable doing that.
Practice makes perfect. Well, you are very likable, Phil Blair. You get the job.
Thank you, and you do too, Alexis.
Thank you. Okay.
There's only one job, though, so which one of us gets it?
Next week, find out.